See, Chelsea for have approached a new winger, and it looks as if this is the winger. Omujiri said it will take them to the next level in terms of giving them the quality in depth, and that looks like the new investment at Blue Coal more in terms of a winger. But Estevao will answer some interview, very telling, very interesting, a lot of details, and when you won't come on. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Welcome to the best football analysis channel here on YouTube. Your best place for the most consistent updates on the field, off the field. And here, won't subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notification. In notification, turn on Michelle. Do choose all, just so anytime that there's content here, where first person I say if it's my content, so why join come up, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, we invest at the other every morning. Your mouse come out and boys need the coats, plenty money that the boys have been able to win. Our eyes on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. That's what we do. We give you the chance to make money, not just watching sports every day. The description of the video below, and then they're ready. Go to the description of the video below. Go and find the codes, put them in your Betway app, and then give yourself a big chance of winning something. Our eyes on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Let me say a big thank you. First off to Yesumo Spare Parts Dealership Shop. Ekromasi. If it's about spare parts, they are car spare parts. Yesumo. Yesumo is the best person for car spare parts. Whatever car that you use, new, old cars, whatever. Yesumo they do mama. Michelle, call Yesumo today if you need anything car spare parts. Or Aboso kind post office. Aboso kind post office. Aboso kind post office. Friend on 059-313-8221. 059-313-8221 for you Sisia. Let him take very good care of you. Na Bibia and Yakama. Then there is a place called MOB Clothing. MOB Clothing, the best place for clothes. On what to do, a flower station or what to do no. On MOB Clothing, they take very good care of you. Now, if you want to reach out to them, call them on 0200-668-708. 0200-668-708. Mr. Friend will be clothing to say, let him take very good care of you. Also, maybe I will be with my sending your money, the amount of retail, any wholesale, or MOB Clothing, na Bibia, and Yakama. What do we start from? Yendi Estevao will because he has said some interesting things about Enzo Maresca and Ningsem Yokaye. He spoke to Globo. Now, Globo is essentially the biggest Brazilian outlet when it comes to Brazilian football. They talk about a lot of things. They discuss a lot of things when it comes to some of these things. Let's talk about what Estevao has gone on to say. And of course, I'll tell you about a new Chelsea winger that they are closing in and finalizing a deal for. Now, Estevao about the coach Enzo Maresca. How does he communicate? Now, Oka Portuguese, Oka Spanish, and I'll call England no purely English. Enzo Maresca Italian. How do you guys communicate? Also, when he went to England, he realized that Enzo Maresca during his playing days, Ebo Kakra, Ewo Sevilla, Ebo Kakra, Ewo Spain. Into Enzo Maresca to Spanish. Now maybe also because Enzo Maresca had some part of his coaching education with Josep Guardiola and the Spanish and he's able to communicate with with Papa friend Enzo Maresca every day, and for him that is good. Now, away from that, Enzo Maresca makes it a point to speak to him. Obaning Chen, no Akabibi Gunasum, Obaning Chen, no man information, Obaning Chen, Akabibi Kakribia Chen. Now, I'll say what Enzo Maresca is doing for him on a human level, at a point, a level where he himself, he thinks that's too much. Now, for him, he loves what Enzo Maresca is doing for him because a top level staff now coach a friend Enzo Maresca a friend Estevao and Estevao Maresca makes a point of speaking English with me to understand me, to comprehend me. I think Spanish, sorry, but I think that's really nice of him, and I listen to what he's going through. I think he's an incredible person, a human being, and a coach. I have no complaints about him. He makes the point of talking to me all the time to get the best out of me so I can give the best on the field. So the relationship I have with him is incredible. So Charlie, on every time with Maresca, it's purely Spanish. And I think that makes a lot of sense. One of the best things, and I've said it, one of the most important things about modern day football management is how a coach can speak multiple language. It's how a coach can be diverse. It's how a coach essentially about communication. If you're a coach and you are not big in communication, your communication is not top level. If you are not the best guy in terms of communication, it affects a lot of the things that you do and that your players do, because you're supposed to communicate to them in languages that they understand, and that means that maybe who coach after a native tongue, you should be able to speak about 2 or 3 more languages in addition. It will make you be able to speak to these young boys. It's very, very important, especially in this case of coach friend Enzo Maresca and our friend Estevao, because this is a 17, 18-year-old that's coming from Brazil, first time in Europe. On any parents now, but then again, when it comes to the training ground where he is with a lot of players, he needs to understand what is being said, and that is something that's important for him. And if you listen to most of the players, it's something that they say that Maresca do very, very well. Does very, very well. Like, he speaks to them well, he explains stuff to them, and make sure like these guys understand what he wants to get from them, and that is very important. Estevao went on, he says, I moved to London with his family, mother and sister. He lives in a house on the outskirts of Cobham, where other athletes live, and spent a few days in a hotel. The class facilities, the city and environment impressed him, according to Estevao. Said if you look at where he lives a little bit close to the hotel, the Cobham area, and that's all usually they do. Most of the times, the new players that come, they make them stay close to the Cobham training ground, so that it's a simple, easy drive from where they live to come to the training ground to come and do their job. Something that is seen to be very, very important with them. Estevao Willian spoke about his stats about Chelsea. Say about Chelsea, how has it been for him? Has it been a very, very good one? Has it not been too good for him? How is it going? How is it looking at things? What is the interesting things on Estevao Willian? Estevao say, I would say everything is spectacular. I'm really enjoying it. The club gives me everything that we need. I've already walked around London and seen a lot of tourist sites. It's a city with lots of history, and I want to know more. I've fallen in love. I can't complain. The facilities here are perfect. The quality of the pitch, everything. I'm truly impressed, according to Estevao Willian. I mean, of course, for a boy that is coming from the Brasileiro, it's not too bad, but in the Brasileiro is also not on the level of what the English Premier League is. So you can understand that there are times where Estevao Willian will be moved by the quality of the pitches, quality of the plays, the environment, the quality of life in general, at a top level, according to what Estevao Willian is saying. See, the boy's talent is there. Anybody that's spoken to Estevao Willian, anybody that's watched Estevao Willian will see boy any talent. If they manage it well, Chelsea are in a very, very crucial area. Keep Enzo Maresca for a very long time. These players will develop under him. The team will grow, and they are probably going to be one of the best teams in the world, because there is quality, especially from midfield to attack. What is left is for Chelsea to get that quality number one shot stopper that makes a lot of difference. Gets the quality center backs to add to what already is there. The players that are not too fit, get them fit, or get some players in. It's going to be next level. Now, Estevao spoke essentially also about that important relationship on their brand friend Cole Palmer. He spoke about it now. He shed more light into it. I said, with Palmer, the friendship is still budding, still at a budding stage. It's a little bit more difficult. His English is very British. Of course, Cole is very, very British. And I was learning American English, which is a little easier. I say a word or two, but he understands whatever I mean over there, of course. And I think the last interview with, I think one of ESPN Brazil or something, one of those outlets over there after the Liverpool game, Estevao Willian went there and then spoke in English a little bit, like saying that he was very, very happy over there. Now, they asked him about the country mates, apparently friend Andres Santos, my friend João Pedro, what they bring to the team, the most important thing that these guys have been doing, the quality of things that they do. That's Charlie. When he looks at the quality of play that João Pedro brings to the team, and that is why they've gotten to where they are now. And he is a young boy, and he has to learn from them. One other very good thing with this Estevao Willian joining Chelsea Football Club is the fact that Chelsea brought him in at a time where there are 2 other Brazilians coming in. If Estevao had come with no Brazilian, no South American, it would have been more difficult. Getting a Brazilian in the team probably have helped him settle down very, very well. Estevao said, Andre and Joao are spectacular. They are not here for nothing. Of course, I've been getting closer to them since the beginning. When you arrive, you don't know what things are like, but you learn. The training intensity is higher here, and that reflects the game. I am managing to keep up with the pace. According to Brian and Andre Santos, talking about the fact that he's trying to keep up with the pace of both the English Premier League and also the Brazilian national team, saying it's an important thing in terms of how they want to play their games, how they want to get things done over there for Brian and Estevao Willian, and how it's going to be very important for them to go on. Yesterday, I did mention Chelsea are going to be without Brian Cole Palmer until November, and I've said it several times there. Chelsea only believe that Cole Palmer's injury, they need to take their time, give him all the time in the world to rest. So that he will be able to come fully. When he comes, he's probably going to hit the ground running. And then Chelsea and then Bayern are fighting over the next big talent. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, almost Pep, a young 19-year-old Cologne winger. Now, listen to the thing again. He's a 19-year-old Cologne winger. It's about in the German Bundesliga, and a lot of teams have asked questions about him. It's not only Chelsea, like I said, the teams in the Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga. Bayern Munich come here interested. Team my friend Dortmund. Are very, very much interested. They all want him when it comes to the quality of the player, what he brings in now. But Eddie just 19 years of age. Now, where he is from, there's a young winger already just 19 years. When you look at where he is from, the quality of play, how he plays in the German Bundesliga, the style of play, he is an important player, and most of the German players don't want to let him go. Goal for reporters our story, German Bundesliga reporters our story, very, very important. Almost say, for El Mala, like a 19-year-old. Chelsea are interested in him, or you're one of Europe's top highest talents. We ask this here, kind of watch him. They call him the El Mala. Almost from Said El Mala. That is who call Bundesliga. They have the list of top talents. 5 of them. Said El Mala, Christian Kofani. 5 of them Bundesliga rising stars. Very important. What should be say El Mala or Germany or in 19 years. But of course, he has Turkish German like Mesut Ozil, like Ilkay Gundogan, like Sankofon. He has all of that in him, and he is seen as one of the top players of German Bundesliga. And him almost signing him from Victoria Cologne a couple of seasons ago, alongside Nini Ketua Malik El Mala. 2024, like I said, a couple of seasons ago. Now, I say on all by, he has come to hit the ground running with the quality from the wing. Bono as Cologne last season, the former club, La Liga, of course, La Liga 3, that is the German Bundesliga 3, or 13 goals, 32 appearances in 30 starts, but he has not looked out of pace out of the top flight formula after scoring for his team's 4th goal against Freiburg on match day 2. El Mala was handed his first start on match day 6 against Hoffenheim and scored a superb 1-0 to win the game for team my friend Cologne. He is essentially one of the best players our German Bundesliga anymore. Chelsea for approachy your friend is in Cologne for person we didn't come about a brand your friend is Said El Mala, the quality that he brings to the team, how good a brand your friend is Said El Mala, how important they believe that Said El Mala is going to be to them now. And you know, Chelsea have still not given up on a brand your friend Fermin Lopez. Chelsea still, they have not given up on Fermin Lopez. In fact, Fabrizio Romano Baba reports, he said Fermin Lopez still remains on Chelsea's radar and on the target list. Say, whether in January or even in the summer 2026, they will go back to Barcelona and tell them, say, yeah, Bobby didn't come out with the boy be your friend Fermin Lopez, or your quality attack of the ball, quality strike of the ball, in between the lines, so we come on. And we would probably need him in our team. bring him to us. Let us pay good money and have a brand here, your friend of Femi Lopez. So don't be surprised if you hear that Chelsea are still in and around the conversation for a brand here, your friend of Femi Lopez, the quality that he comes with. How good he is in between the lines. For me, one of the best things about Femi Lopez is his ball striking ability and his finishing. His work rate is very important. The endeavor is one of the best that you get in Abrantia, your friend of Abrantia, your friend of what's his name? Abrantia, your friend of oh Jesus Christ. Abrantia, your friend of Femi Lopez, if he's able to join Chelsea, and the quality of the game that he brings with him is going to be very, very important when it comes to it. I managed to get home and watch the game. That is Frank James Lampard, and then how he came in and spoke about it. It's the Chelsea game, Omonetima, your friend of Liverpool, a boy. Now let's talk about other teams as well. There's conversation from Football Club Barcelona, Real Madrid. Also, most important one, indeed, the San Comunina, let's go first to Football Club Barcelona. What is going on there? What is going on there? Henrik Larsson has been talking about Henrik Larsson, the assistant of former Barcelona manager, the Dutch Meister. I mean, Germany for Meister the last time, not a coach for Football Club Barcelona. Also, somebody that's seen as a legend of Football Club Barcelona. I'll speak about it. He has spoken to Barcelona when I was there as a coach. They asked me a list of strikers, and I said Alexander Isak. He was one of them. And I actually also had Robert Lewandowski on the list as well too. Fermin is making steady progress with his injury. That is very, very good news according to Sport. Say Fermin Lopez returning slowly to full fitness where he can come in and play. Something that seems very good. Mbappe, echo France for football camp. No, I said Lamine Yamal home come on go di. Mbappe see. Omunjai Lamine Yamal home say no personal life. No, it's his personal life. It's none of anybody's business. I mean, that is the most important thing. Say Omunjai boy. No, that is Mbappe said. So Lamine shows that he has genuine passion for football, and that's one of the things he should never lose. His passion for football. As for the results, those are matters of private life. People talk a lot, but they should let him be. That is exactly what Kylian Mbappe is saying. I say, as he grows up, Lamine will start noticing what is good and what is bad in life. Everyone makes mistakes at his age. It's not a big deal. He is very talented. He's a very talented player, and he will definitely have his own path. And I think that's the most important thing. For a lot of people who talk about Lamine Yamal, the plan is that allow Lamine Yamal to go. Allow him to get into the groove, grow, make mistakes, and he's going to be a better man. Now, in front of Mundo Deportivo, they're talking about Hansi-Dieter Flick, the big German Meister. And obviously, this transfer international break, for the diagnostics of Hansi-Dieter Flick, it's time for him to sit down and then find where the issues are at our Football Club Barcelona. And in fact, how have they lost those 2 games back to back against Paris Saint-Germain, against Sevilla, or Spanish La Liga? And Hansi Flick probably has to tweak a few things that will make Barcelona stand out, just so they are not beaten by a lot of the teams and have a season capitulating. Hansi Flick definitely will go back to the drawing board this transfer window and get a job. And almost say El Diagnostico de Flick, the diagnostics of Hansi-Dieter Flick. It's very important that they go in there and get a job. And Mbappe, so Lamine, people talk about his personal life. That is none of their business. Paul Kobasi say, who is a harder defender, Mbappe or Lamine? But both are very difficult. Lamine in training can double pass you from any direction. Mbappe on the field, that's the same thing. Both are outstanding and play major roles in their teams. That is what Paul Kobasi is talking about. The quality of a brand friend of Lamine Yamal and a brand friend of Kylian, Luton, Mbappe. After the match against Sevilla, Hansi Flick requested a meeting with the fitness staff to find solutions to the decline in intensity. Flick is concerned about the fitness of his players, as the team's data shows they are not at a required level at this stage of the season. Among the cases mentioned, Pedri, who has not yet reached the level of the training intensity he displayed last season. Wow, that is interesting. Barca I'm finding a lot of solutions as to how they'll be able to get the results and then play well and get to the very top. No, one of them is the fact that there is a drop in intensity. Almost intensity now as so many assistants now, and they want to make sure say they will get that intensity. Frankie de Jong will sign a renewed contract. I mentioned to you yesterday. Said Frankie de Jong contract now already sorted with Football Club Barcelona. They want to keep him. He's an important player for the fold. They want to make sure Sabranti and friend of Frankie de Jong is right there and is getting the job done in terms of how good of a player that he's going to be. Madrid for them, our young player be a friend, Shima Andreas. Now he plays for Stuttgart in the German Bundesliga. Now, Charlie, when he went there, he has been super. 88.5% passing, 66.7% dual success, 17 recoveries. Now, Madrid for them, like they always do, have a buyback clause in the contract of our bench friend Shima Andreas and Madrid for them hoping say if things go according to plan, they'll be able to get our bench friend Shima Andreas back into their team. Enzo Alves is Spain's under-17 captain. Madrid young player or junior team very, very important. Beside Lucas Vasquez, Jude or Rodrigo, Jude or Rafinha, Jude or Palmer, Jude or Carvajal, Jude or Rodrigo, Jude or Dembele, Jude or Vini, Jude or Vini or Salah, Vini or Vitinho, Vini or Pedro, Vini or Kane, Vini or Mbappe, both. And they asked him to choose, and he said he'll take Vini or Haaland, Vini or Lamine Yamal. And of course, he also goes on and he says that it's Vini Jr. He talks about the players and when they won the repeats at the time for Football Club Real Madrid. And he says that players who had the biggest impact, I was very lucky to meet unreal players at Real Madrid, but Sergio Busquets and Cristiano Ronaldo are ones who had the biggest impact on my life, according to Brent FNO. Lucas Vasquez said those two senior men had huge impact on his life. Dani Carvajal, during Lucas Vasquez, then Lucas interview, I said, hi, Lucky, I wanted to ask, is Alvaro Carreras your reincarnation in football? Lucas Vasquez, he laughs, left-footed with more hair. When I saw the memes, I couldn't stop laughing. According to Dani Carvajal, I said, Charlie, I'm on who I branch your friend, Alvaro Carreras, not just say the reincarnation of a bench friend Lucas Vasquez and Vasquez style laughing. Franco Mastantuono. So the team welcomed me with incredible support when he got there. Lucas Vasquez said Benatia is still pissed about the penalty called against Juventus in 2018. The people who say it wasn't a penalty have never played football in their lives. Most obvious penalty ever. Of course, there was a push from the back of our bench friend. On our bench friend Lucas Vasquez. So for me, that game was a penalty. Now, he spoke about Zinedine Zidane, who was the manager at the time when Madrid were winning things. And also the manager who had the greatest impact on me, I would say Zidane. But I was fortunate to have great coaches, the likes of Carlo Ancelotti. I want to say, in the Real Madrid dressing room, we are normal people. We like to do normal things. We have a very good period of success in which we have enjoyed many wins. We enjoyed every training session. And I had a great time, according to Lucas Vasquez, when he went on to talk about the team there on him. Very, very important that he has that conversation about the players on our Football Club Real Madrid and then what they bring to the team. It's very, very interesting to see how Lucas Vasquez, of course, after leaving Madrid, is saying the things that he's saying about now. Moises Caicedo has also had an interview. In that interview, he has spoken about a lot of things. He has spoken about when Abrante for Nico Jackson left. He says it was Nico Jackson who left the team. Moises Caicedo said when he was asked to name his best friend at Chelsea, I was with him everywhere. I went to his house. He came to mine. We played PlayStation. I always beat him. I have a very, very good relationship with Moises Caicedo, so only Nicolas Jackson there. They have a very, very good relationship. And of course, we're free on him. Of course, he has to go on and then get a job. Now, guys, let me draw the curtain here this morning on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I will be back, God willing, later in the day. Until then, do take care. Bye-bye.